Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. At their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first look is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Off play action, Fields. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now it's Fields. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Next score, Bengals 21, Ravens nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown this often. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Ready, go.
He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw here taken in by Knox. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
first carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. One play action, Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. A 14-yard touchdown. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Let's go, baby.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
third down. Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now a first down throw. Fields eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Let's go, baby. That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Harris. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Again, it's Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. On 4th down, Fields. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you tell the offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Here we go, here we go. Check, 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 check.
2nd and 2. Short little throw to Ebron. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
55, Mike, guys, 55. Let's go, D. Banjo. Mike 55, Mike 55. Right, check, strike. Whip, whip. Watch the whip.
Back to throw. Try to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there just before halftime. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Second and goal from the 1.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Fields. And that is caught. It's Davis. The 30. 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
It's a big one now. It's a big one.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. The extra point up and good. And it is 42-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
And we're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Fields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost it.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room, maybe a tryout or two for those guys who missed him.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career, so that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he won.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Justin Fields scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Bengals 49, Ravens nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Hey, man. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Mike 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Yo, 56 to Mike. boys. 56. Check 56. Watch the green jacks. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Come on, come on. Mike 56.
He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 17. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete, and he'll be stopped right at midfield.
It's a gain of 10.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Football's the mic.
From the 50, here's Fields. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check 26. Check 26.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it.
Greatest show on earth.
And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Check.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Check 20. Watch the end. Hey, check right, check right.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense... And that's caught inside the 35! And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 3.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Check 6 guard. Check. Check safety, check safety. Check. 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 Check
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. McCaffrey with a 1st down and more. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one in the win column now for the